So Emma and Stephanie, and Emma, you're very new to yoga.
Yes.
Right? And I have a microphone here, and I'm gonna have to figure it out.
Okay.
So you're new to yoga.
Yes.
And how many classes have you done?
1 or 2 here and there through big name gyms. So not really geared towards individuals.
Okay, so how was that for you? How was that for you?
I don't think I didn't go back, so that's kind of an indicator because it just kind of felt like mass yoga. So it felt like impersonal, and I wasn't really getting what I felt you're supposed to get out of yoga. So.
Okay, and what about you? And it's gonna take me a couple times. Yeah. Emma and Stephanie. Okay, I've already got it. Stephanie. And you know what? I absolutely love Stephanie's hair because this is the way my guru Mati often wears her hair. 2 braids on one side. And I usually do 1 braid on one side. So Stephanie, tell me about your yoga practice.
Like Emma, I found an instructor through a gym. And she's amazing. She's like from Czechoslovakia, and her name's Susanna. And very quickly, she found a place that was much more suited to her style. She's very spiritual.
Yeah.
And the magic that she did was like in 75 minutes of like balls to the wall, sweating flow, you would feel like you're walking on air.
Yeah.
She was brilliant, and it was different every time, and there were modifications for like, anybody could do it. So
what's your practice like now?
That's what I thought yoga was. So when she left, and I found out what other people did, it was hard for me to like attend a class anymore.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
So I draw inspiration from her, and sometimes I watch videos. Sometimes I do like nighttime yoga to help me relax. But it's pretty patchy because I like having someone to keep me accountable. Otherwise, I get lazy.
That's normal. But yes, so the way I teach is we're going to break down sun salutation. Okay, we break it down very, very, very slow. So what is different necessarily about what the yoga that you're used to, but you're used to a home practice now, is that we break it down slow so that you can go into the fast flow classes and make sure that you're aligned properly so that when you're bringing prana into your body with breath and movement, that the prana is flowing like it should as well. And so this is going to be really good for your home practice. And also, it gives you a go-to, right? Let's say you only have 20 minutes. Let's say you only have 20 minutes to do your yoga practice a day. Doing a few, maybe 3 really good sun salutations, followed by a nice sit afterward, will be better than nothing. So take the class today, especially the class today, where we break down the introduction to sun salutation, and start applying that into at least a 20-minute a day. Okay? So I think you guys will really like it. I think so. So let's get started. So actually, Eddie Stern, I just attended one of his workshops. Yeah, so I just attended one of his workshops, and he's an Ashtangi, and I still study Ashtanga, like not modern day Ashtanga is what I like to call it. So you have primary series, intermediate series, and on and on and on. You have these series, and he said that his Guruji, Patabi Joy, said that at least 20 minutes, 3 sun salutations, and then sitting in Padmasana is better than nothing. So I also have that theory that sun salutations is magic. It really, really is. And if you can do that well, it's the go-to. When you can't do maybe an hour, hour and a half, 90 minutes of good yoga practice, 20 minutes of sun salutation. all right? Or maybe 15. 15 and then 5 minutes of a nice sit, okay? So let's get started. Make sure everything's on here. And we're gonna start in Sukhasana on our blankets. And so, I always like to take a look and see how many blankets a person needs. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, I'm a nurse. I was a nurse for many years, since 2000. I touch a lot, okay, to assess. So just beware. Just beware. So I'm gonna feel for you and see, how do you feel up that high? Can you scoot a little forward off your mat? So basically we sit on our blankets so that we bring height to our hips.
Oh, okay.
Eventually we want our hips to be above our knees, okay? And you definitely don't have any rounding. Your pelvis actually looks really good. You look like you might be tilting forward, okay? You tilt your pelvis forward, yeah? She knows, she's a yogi. She does her yoga practice. Okay, so let's put our legs out in front of us. This is how you get into Sukhasana. If you're right-handed, take your left foot over your right foot. And if you're the other way, do it the other way, if you're left-handed. Fold your legs in. And the feet and the ankles come in or out so that you can rest your knees, your legs on your feet and ankles. So find that position, that happy medium. And this is good for you. Now, do you feel like you have to hold your legs up, or do they feel comfortable here? Because when you're in a sit, you want to be really comfortable, and we do take a little bit of moment. So it seems like they're nice supported. Tell me what this feels like for you.
Well, that's better.
Is it better? Okay.
Takes the pressure off my knees.
Yes. Yes, it takes the pressure off her knees. So when you're sitting, definitely use the block at what height is comfortable for you underneath your knees. How about you?
I don't know.
And do you feel any excess rounding in the lower back?
Like forward? Yeah.
Forward. That means you don't necessarily need more blankets.
Like this.
Okay. Okay. So. I want to get in a comfortable seated position, Sukhasana. And we're going to take our sit bones and ground them into the blanket by lifting on our frontal pelvic bones. Okay? Feel your sit bones ground into the blanket. So you're lifting on that. And you're not necessarily taking out the lumbar curve. You're not over rounding here. You're just getting to a neutral pelvis. And I'll teach you that, guys. More about that later. Okay? Resting your hands on your knees. Palms up or palms down. Try it both ways. See what you like best. Thigh bones heavy. Lifting on your frontal pelvic bones. Sit bones ground into your blanket. Spine straight. Sitting up tall out the crown of your head. Closing your eyes here. We're going to take a few moments to just observe our breath. We're not going to try to control or capture our breath here. We're just taking this moment to observe what the inhale and the exhale are doing. The length of the inhale and the exhale, the smoothness, the gentleness. Inhale and exhale. And take your mind's eye into the moment of transition between inhale and exhale and inhale. Notice the smoothness of the transition and the pause in between. On exhale, thigh bones are heavy, sit bones ground. And on inhale, you find length through your spine, out the crown of your head. Imagining your breath is a white golden light. On inhale, the breath moves from the base of your spine into your upper back, out the crown of your head. On exhale, the breath moves back down through your spine and into the earth. Let the breath move through the body. Up on inhale, down on exhale. Take a few more breaths here. And on your next inhale, slowly opening your eyes. How do you guys feel sitting in Sukhasana? I think I might want to start class this way. You like it? You're comfortable? Okay, we're just going to warm up our arms. So looking straight ahead, focusing on exhale first. Sit bones ground into your blanket, thigh bones heavy, arms to your side. On your next inhale, turning out from your armpits, bring your hands to shoulder height, palms facing the ceiling. Fingertips in line with the shoulder heads. Palms broad. Fingers reaching out like energy is shooting out of them. Gently bring your fingers together. Take one more breath in here. Feel length come from the base of your spine, belly button, into your upper back. Tips of the shoulder blades go into the body to propel your sternum toward your chin. On your next exhale, coordinating the movement with your breath, turn your palms down, trying to keep your upper arms where they're at. Looking straight ahead. Inhale one more time here. And you can always check your alignment, I don't mind. On inhale, finding length through your spine, out the crown of your head. And on exhale, focusing on your root. On your next exhale, let your arms come to your side. Very good. Take a few recovery breaths here. On your next inhale, bring your hands up to shoulder height, palms facing each other. Clasp your thumbs. Like this. Like this. Fingers pointing straight out. Very good. Energetically, pull your hands apart. Energetically, feel how that causes the outer upper arms to firm to the bone, the inner upper arms to firm to the bone, and your arms straighten here. Exhale, thigh bones heavy, lifting on your frontal pelvic bones. And on inhale, the breath moves from the base of your spine into your upper back, taking the tips of your shoulder blades into your chest to propel your sternum. Exhale, focus on your root. Sit bones, ground into your blanket, thigh bones heavy. On your next inhale, lift your arms a few inches higher. On your next exhale, coordinating the movement with the breath, let your hands come back. All the way down. Very good. How are you guys on your hands and knees?
Okay, I've got an old knee injury here, so.
Okay, then let's start in tabletop. I'll see how you guys do in tabletop. First. So get in tabletop, and tabletop, almost everybody knows what tabletop is. So, you're on your hands and knees. The knees are directly underneath your hips. Your hips are directly over your knees. Your toes point straight behind you. And I'm going to put a block in between your feet. Okay? And your feet, not too bad. Now, do you notice how the tops of your feet aren't touching the ground? This is the first place to open, okay? Eventually, they're going to touch the ground. So bring your outer ankles toward the block, okay? Big toe, little toe presses into the ground, tops of the foot. Press down. They're not touching. They press down toward your mat. Big toe, little toe presses into the ground evenly, top of the foot. Wrists are directly underneath your shoulder heads. So actually, I would move them out just a little bit for you, about right there. Let me see yours. That looks good. Take a look at your wrist creases here. Line up the wrinkly line with the front of your mat. Make them parallel. And I think you might hyperextend a little bit. Turning them out just a hair from here. Take your mind's eye into your palm and all 5 base knuckles. The middle finger lines up with the middle of the wrist, okay? And then turn out just a little bit. Pressing evenly into all 5 base knuckles in the palm of your hand, okay? Forearms come toward each other. Outer, upper arms hug the bone. Take weight out of your wrist by using the muscles of your arms. The forearm muscles hug the bone. The outer, upper arms hug the bone. Very good. A few more breaths here. And on your next exhale, I want you to shift your weight back into your block. And go down however much is comfortable. And on your next inhale, walking one hand up at a time, come up to sitting on your blocks. Yep. Back. Walk them back. Yep. Walk them back. How does that feel on your knees? Because what we can do is put another block underneath you. How does that feel? Better? How does this feel on your knees? We won't spend too much time here if you guys have discomfort. How does this feel?
Much better.
Does it? Okay, good. So find your root through your feet. Big toe, little toe, top of the foot. Remember, there's no such thing as avoidable discomfort here. So if at any point you feel uncomfortable, you need to communicate that, because I am not cool with avoidable discomfort. Right? All right. So big toe, little toe, top of the foot presses in to the ground. Knees in line with the second toe here. Good. Inhale, hands come up overhead. Coordinating the movement with the breath. Exhale, fold forward. Taking your hands into an extended child's pose. How does that feel? I saw you grimace. Your face.
The stretch is there.
Okay. Good. So stretch your arms out, trying to keep your sit bones into the block. So if your sit bones have come into the block, walk your hands back a little bit. Smooth, soft respirations. Middle fingers line up with the shoulder heads, outer upper arms hug the bone. You have a carrying ankle. And on your next inhale, shift your weight forward into tabletop. Arms straight. Good. Abdomen, chest resist gravity here. Abdomen, chest resist gravity here. So we're lifting on our frontal pelvic bones to get these sit bones to point straight back. Looking between your palms, neck long, energy coming out the crown of your head. Few breaths here. Nice, smooth respirations. Very good. And on your next, hold on. So middle finger in line with you, and then turn out just a hair. Okay? There you go. I like that better for you. How's your wrist feeling, guys? Good. Inhale here. Straight arms. Forearms resist toward each other. Outer upper arms hug the bone. Abdomen and chest are resisting gravity. Pressing into the big toe, little toe, top of the foot. Sides of your hips are firm. Lifting one more time on your frontal pelvic bones to get your sit bones to point straight back. On your next exhale, curl your toes under, and let me see your down dog. So, are you familiar with down dog?
A little.
Okay, so curl your toes under, look between your hands.
Okay.
And if you get tired, Stephanie, come on into tabletop because I'm going to work with her. Yes. And then look between your toes. Don't walk your hands back. Yep, look between your toes. Thighs firm. Legs straight. Inner thighs go back. A few more breaths here. On your next exhale, I want you to hold, shift into tabletop, and once you're in tabletop, initiate an inhale, finding length in your spine. Toes pointing straight back. Very good. And on your next exhale. And when you come back into tabletop, find your ankles on that block. And on your next exhale, shift your weight back into extended child's pose. Let your sit bones find the block. Outer upper arms hug the bone. The outer upper arms want to rotate toward your nose. Good. On your next inhale, walk your hands one at a time back to sitting. Okay, exhale here. Looking straight ahead. Coordinating the movement with the breath. Inhale, hands over the head. Find length in your spine. Exhale, fold forward, trying to keep your sit bones grounded into that block. Fingertips, middle finger in line with the shoulder head. Walk them out. So it's a full stretch here, while keeping your sit bones grounded. Middle finger in line with the shoulder heads. Exhale here, find your root. On your next inhale, shift into tabletop. Abdomen, chest resist gravity. Big toe, little toe presses into the ground. Shin bones energetically come toward each other, side hips firm. Arms straight here, arms exactly where they're at. Outer upper arm, hug the bone. Curl your toes under. And on exhale, coordinating the movement with the breath, push up and back into down dog. Not child's pose. Curl your toes under. Wait, first find your block. First find your block. Okay? Because we want to line those toes up. Yes. Now the second toe is in line with the middle of the heel and the middle of the ankle here. Second toe in line with your knee, lifting on your frontal pelvic bones. The fronts of the thighs are lift. They're lifting. They're taking you up and back. Exhale, focus on your root, your thighs, your feet. Inhale, find length. Few breaths, smooth, soft respirations. On your next exhale, hold. Walk your hands back to your feet, bending your knees if you have to, one at a time. Bending your knees if you have to. Using your blocks if you need to. Good. Take a few breaths here. Look at your shin bones. With a straight spine, inhale halfway up. Inhale halfway up. Take the tips of your shoulder blades into your chest. Try to straighten your spine. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. And with it, coordinating the movement with the breath, inhale, stand all the way up, super straight spine. Lift on your frontal, or lift your thighs up when you come up, okay? It's okay, you don't have to do it again. Very good. Now, we're going to work on Samastitihi. Come to the front of your mat. How did you guys feel about starting on the ground? Was it okay?
Yeah.
It was okay? Your knees felt all right, because you guys are super young. How old are you, Stephanie?
36.
36 and you're?
26.
Oh my God, she's a baby. I'm still older than you. But we are pretty young. So, Samastitihi, it's standing posture. It's the place we come to gain composure. It's our center point. It's the blueprint for all other standing postures. Feet together, toes in one line. Very good. Hands to your side, standing straight and tall. Now I like to say feet coming together, but I don't like when your thighs squish too much. So if you feel like you need to take them out just a little bit, take them out. But I want the second toe in line with the middle of your heel. So look at your feet. I want you to, and actually I would have you step out just a hair, just a hair, just a hair. Because did you notice where your heels wanted to be? So take your second toe in line with the middle of your heel. And this is breaking down the basics, but this is a journey, it's an inner journey of your body, right? I like that for you. I like that for you. So notice where your feet are. When I say Samastitihi, this is where I like them. Second toe in line with the middle of your heel. Knee in line with the second toe. So find your knee. Make sure the knee is not turning in or out. It's in line with the second toe. And from here, the fronts of your thighs lift. They flex up. Inner thigh goes back. Butt flesh shifts to your heels, side hips firm. And what we're doing here, we're activating the fronts of the thighs. So lift, 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 looking straight ahead, fingertips reaching toward the ground. We're finding our neutral pelvis, okay? We're finding our neutral pelvis. And to find your neutral pelvis, it's your two front hip bones. So feel for your hip bones. These bones in the front, right here. Feel for them. And this is getting kind of personal because you got your two frontal pelvic bones right here, these 2 points, and then your pubic bone. Okay, find that pubic bone. All right? You want to put the base knuckles here and your fingers here, and I want you to take your mind's eye into those 3 points. I want your pubic bone, the frontal pelvic bones, to be on one plane. Yes. Okay? One plane. So that triangle, take a look at me, that triangle is upright. It's not tilting forward. It's not tilting back. Now this is the symbol for water, the inverted triangle. It's the symbol for the divine feminine. It's the symbol for the sacred mother, the sacred feminine, everything of who we are. This is where we hold our power as females. So it's super important to not be tilting forward because we're spilling all our power out, or to not be tilting back, all right? Upright. I like to say not tilting forward into the future or tilting back into the past, but upright in the moment. So find your neutral pelvis. And at home, when you're standing in front of the mirror, get personal, find it, okay? So, hands reaching to your sides. Find your root through the four corners of your feet. Big toe, little toe, outer heel, inner heel. That makes a crescent moon shape on your feet. From your big toe, little toe, outer heel, inner heel. Distribute that weight evenly. It's where your feet touch the earth. It's where the prana comes in and grounds out. So distributing your weight evenly on those four corners. Lift the fronts of your thighs. Upper inner thighs go back, but knee stays in line with the second toe. You're doing it with your upper inner thigh. Butt flesh shifts to your heels. You lift on your frontal pelvic bones. You lift it or shift it to find your neutral pelvis. Sit bones over the heels. Side hips firm. Exhale one more time here. Inhale from the base of your spine, belly button. Let your back and front ribs grow evenly toward the ceiling. Base of your neck, wheels down your spine. Now for a moment here, I want you guys to feel for your bottom ribs. Feel for your bottom ribs with your thumbs. You want these bottom ribs, when you take an inhale, you don't want them to jut out. Look what happens. Some people do this. When you inhale, we don't want that. We want it to be right over our frontal hip bones, okay? Find that. This is our power center, okay? This is our power center. We don't want to dump out here, right? And we don't want to be too far in. So don't overcorrect, just stack. Smooth, soft respirations. Okay, hands to your sides. One more time, focus on your root through your feet, fronts of your thighs, butt flesh shifts, neutral pelvis. On your next inhale, from your belly button, lower spine, the breath moves into your upper back. Tips of the shoulder blades go into your chest, just a hair, to propel your sternum toward your chin without breaking in your bottom ribs. Base of the neck goes down your spine. Trapezius muscles wheel. They wheel the tips of your shoulder blades into your chest to get your sternum to open your heart even higher toward your chin without breaking in these bottom ribs. Very good. Exhale, focus on your root. Inhale, find length in your spine, out the crown of your head. Out the crown of your head. Few breaths here, smooth, soft respirations. On your next inhale, turn your arms out. Big wide circle, bring your hands overhead, palms facing each other. Straighten your arms and only take them back as far as that you can keep them really straight. And you don't break in your bottom ribs. So, let me feel. That looks really good. Palms facing each other. Look straight ahead though. Still like you. Yeah. Clasp your thumbs. Smooth, soft respirations. Allow the outer upper arms to hug the bone. Exhale, focus on your root. Inhale. Find length in your spine. Don't do it with the base of your neck though. Let the base of your neck relax. So if the base of your neck is crunched, bring your hands down a little bit. Right there. Now relax this. Let it go down like a wheel. Energetically pull your thumbs apart so that you can feel your arms straightened and the outer upper arms hug the bone. Good. Inhale one more time. Find length in your spine. Any amount, raise your hands up. Relax the base of your neck though. Yes. And on your next exhale, let your hands come to the side. Breathing in and out through your nose. Always in and out through your nose. Good job, girls. I'm going to put the blocks in front of you. I love you guys for coming.
Thank you for having us.
You guys are awesome students. Okay, I can already tell this is going to be great. You guys are laser focused. There's something about it. Something about it I don't understand. Anyways, Samastitihi. Looking straight forward. Find a good Samastitihi. Fingers reach down. And you notice when you reach down with your fingers with straight arms, the energy coming out, like you want to touch the ground, it'll help relax the base of your neck. It'll help relax the base of your neck. Exhale here, focus on your root. On your next inhale, turning out from your armpit, bring your hands, big wide circle, all the way overhead. Taking it to that place of comfort you found. Palms facing each other. Inhale one more time here. Find length through your spine, out the crown of your head. And on exhale, bring your hands all the way out. Big wide circle. Energy shooting out your fingertips. Start bending forward at your hips, keeping your legs straight if you can. Find your blocks. Bend forward, find your blocks. Bending your knees if you have to. Fingertips in line with the toes, so move your blocks back if you can. Yep. You're a beautiful yogi. So are you. Okay. Okay, just smooth, soft respirations here while I take a look at her, okay? Looking at your shin bones. I want you to be able to straighten your legs. Are your legs are pretty straight here? Okay. Inhale halfway up, come up onto your fingertips. Straighten your spine, tips of your shoulder blades go into your chest. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips with a straight spine. Inhale all the way up. Good. So when you're at home practicing, or when you're practicing with me, I want your legs to be straight, because the whole point of this forward fold is to open our hamstrings up. And if we're bending our knees, we're not necessarily opening our hamstrings. So I'm going to give you more blocks. I'll be right back. I'm going to get more blocks. And it's perfectly okay. And I have a rule that when you drink water in the class, that you bless the water with your good intentions. So right before, because I think we drink water in yoga class because it's comforting. And so definitely right before you take your drink, just take a moment to say whatever you're feeling and positive, something positive to your water. You know the work of Dr. Emoto. He says that you can infuse your water with your words, and it will hold that intention. And then when you drink that water, it'll infuse your body with those intentions. I think you might need 3 blocks. So I want your legs straight here. I want your legs straight, so use the blocks to keep your legs straight. And then when you're in fast flow classes or anything, then you can bend your knees. But find the opportunity to find space in your hamstrings by using the props. Props allow us to find space. Okay? So let's try it. Let's just try with you. Inhale, turn out. Bring your hands overhead. And then exhale, bend forward, trying to keep your Thighs straight, bend forward, bring your hands to the block. Can you bend forward or bend forward more? Take it to the point that's comfortable. Legs are straight, thighs lifted. Always thighs lifted when you're in a forward fold, okay? Always thighs lifted. That helps stretch your hamstring. It helps protect your hamstrings. Does that feel good? Let me see. Can you take your hands here? Okay, perfect. And does that feel like a good height?
Yes.
Okay, good. Looking at your shin bones. Good. Now come up to your on your fingertips halfway up. Try to straighten your spine. Take the tips of your shoulder blades into your chest. Take your gaze out in front of you just a hair. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. But stay like this, yup, straight spine, straight spine. Try to even take it more. Yes. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale with a super straight spine. Bringing yourself up with your fronts of your thighs, okay? Very good. Okay, Samasthiti. Exhale here. Looking straight ahead, finding that root. In and out through the nose, smooth, soft respirations. Finding length from your feet out the top of your head. Front thighs lift. Finding that neutral pelvis. On your next exhale, turning your palms out, hands overhead, big wide circle. Coordinating the movement with the breath, beautiful. Let the movement last as long as the breath, good. Bring your arms down just a hair, about right there. And you can try to bring your palms together if you want. Remember, the breaking point is what happens to the base of my neck when I do that. We want the base of the neck to be down your back. We don't want it crunched up to your ears. So find your place. Find your place of comfort. And if at any time your hands are overhead, you can clasp them too, if that feels better to help you straighten your arms. So figure out what feels better. So this, or this. Doing this helps relax the base of our neck too. So if you feel like this and you're just so tired, you can't, yeah. So inhale, find length one more time through the crown of your head. Trapezius muscles wheel down your back. And on your next exhale, let your hands come out super wide. Energy shooting out your fingertips. Bend forward at your hips, taking your hands to your blocks. Looking at your shin bones, lifting on your frontal pelvic bones, especially you. Lifting, don't let our power center pour out, lift it. Oh, yes, that's so good, right there. Smooth, soft respirations here, in and out through your nose, looking at your shin bones. That looks good. You could shift your weight a little bit over. I'm gonna have to take a look at your knees, make sure you're not hyperextending here. I think you might. Good. Inhale, halfway up, come up onto your fingertips. Straighten your spine. Take the tips of your shoulder blades into your chest. Inhale, find length. Find length, just in case. Find length from your belly button through your sternum. From your belly button through your sternum, find length. Find length, find length, find length, find length, find length. Even more, even more. Good. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Fronts of the thighs are lifted here. Fronts of the thighs are lifted here. But yep. Inhale all the way up. Using your thighs to bring you up. Samasthiti. Very good. Hands to your side. Very good. Looking at one point in front of you. Should check the time. Shoot, I forgot to see what time we started. All right. You guys want to lunge now? Exhale here. Find your root. Inhale, let's move through this a little quicker. Now, trust that your body has learned the alignment and really smooth it out here, okay? Exhale, look forward. Find your root. Inhale, turning out from your armpits, hands come overhead, finding the length in your spine. Exhale through your nose. Hands come out to the side, bending forward, finding your blocks. Inhale, halfway up here. Coming up onto your fingertips even more. Take the tips of your shoulder blades into your chest. Straighten your spine. Straighten your spine. Exhale. Bring your hands flat on the blocks. Bending your knees. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Keeping your knee in line with your second toe. On your next inhale, step your right leg back as far as you can into a high lunge. You still have tabletop arms here, tabletop hands. Okay, very good. So the knee stacks over your ankle, second toe still in line with the middle of your heel, knee stays in line with the ankle, it doesn't go in front of the ankle. Back foot goes straight back, front of the thigh lifts. Try to get your toes underneath your heel. Try to get your toes underneath your heel. Back leg is in Samastitihi here. Your front of the thigh lifts. Now take your left thigh and shift it toward midline to find a neutral pelvis. So back and in. And yours looks pretty good, actually. Shoot. You're like perfect. Look at her. She's like perfect in this pose. I would like to see your toes underneath here. Underneath your heel. So like you're pushing your heel up against a wall. So you can walk your toes back a little bit here. I'll come fix you. So left hip firms in. Left hip firm. Oh, beautiful. You did it. Good. Back leg straight. The alignment of Samastitihi is still there. Very good. Exhale. Focus on straightening that back leg. Front of the thigh lifts. Inhale, find length through your spine. Relax your shoulders. Find length in your spine. Straighten your arms. And on your next exhale, step your left leg back into plank. And you can move your blocks out of the way if you want. I don't think you can yet. So plank is just like tabletop, only your feet are behind you. Break.
Yeah.
Okay, on your next exhale, hold. Let your knees slowly come to the ground into tabletop. Well, you can find tabletop now. Or, yeah, go ahead. No, like this. Tabletop. Emma. Oh, like that. Like tabletop. I love it. You were so in the moment. I do that sometimes in yoga class. I am like somewhere totally different, but I love that. Exhale into child's pose. And just take a moment here. Any old child's pose you want. Just take a break. Yep. Very good. Taking your blocks there. Taking your blocks there. Just take a break and breathe. Catch your breath. Observe your breath. Notice what your breath is doing here. Notice your facial expression. Is your face relaxed? This is a good technique. Rest your forehead on that. We're not going to worry about our arms here. We're going to just let our arms rest. Observing our breath for just a moment. What is your breath doing? Is it smooth? Is it soft? Is it gentle? Is it long? What is your face doing? Is your face relaxed? And now smooth your breath out. Capture it. Smooth and lengthen. Few breaths to catch yourself. Allow your breath to move in and out of your body. And I'll give you a few more breaths here. You know, I like that. Look at Emma. Look at what she did. I like that for child's pose in here. So go ahead if you feel comfortable. Bring your knee. Yeah, so you're not holding. Just giving you guys a little bit of a break here. Capture your breath, smooth, soft respirations. Good. And on your next inhale, straighten your arms out in front of you. Lining up your middle finger with your shoulder head. So look at your hands and make sure your middle finger is lining up with your shoulder head, Emma. So your shoulder head here should be, nope, more. This is your shoulder head. So bring it out wider, like right there. And then let this, and I'm going to have to take a look at your arms. Make sure you're not hyperextending here. Okay? See how your arms come in? Yeah, I'll take a look later. Now turn your palms out just a little bit. Good. And now you can adjust that block down and rest your forehead on the block. Does that feel good? Perfect. Now outer upper arms, hug the bone here. Forearms come together. Base of the neck, relax, relax, relax it down your back, but with straight arms. Pressing in, down and back with the palms of your hands and all 5 base knuckles. Few breaths here. On your next inhale, shift your weight forward into tabletop. Find a good tabletop. And actually, you'll notice when you're in an extended child's pose and you shift into tabletop, your wrists are about 2 inches in front of your shoulders and you want them there. It's okay. When you go into down dog from tabletop, these should be about 2 inches in front. Now, if you're just practicing tabletop, you're going into plank, put them underneath your shoulders. But if you're going to go into down dog, take them in front just a little bit. Awesome. You guys are freaking amazing students. Pressing into the palm evenly. Forearms come together energetically. Outer upper arms hug the bone. Broaden your collarbone here. I'll help remind you to relax your neck. And it's okay. Straighten your arms. This for you is straight, okay? Good. Inhale, nice smooth respirations. Curl your toes under. And on your next exhale, coordinating the movement with the breath, push up and back into down dog. Keeping your arms straight. Looking between your toes. Thighs lift. Thighs go take you up and back. Take your ears in line with your arms. Outer upper arms hug the bone. Outer upper arms hug the bone. On your next exhale, breathing out, in and out through your nose, walk your hands back to your feet. Bending your knees if you have to. You, bend your knees. Oh, you're already better. You're already better. Inhale, halfway up. Straighten your spine. Straighten your spine. Use your blocks. Straighten your spine. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. And with a super straight spine, keep the fronts of your thighs lifted, 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 and strong. Let your thighs bring you up to standing on inhale. Yep. Coordinating the movement with the breath. Good, and let's come to the front of our mat. Do you guys remember what leg we stepped back with? Was it our right or left? Correct, it was. Good, okay. So we're going to step back this time with our left leg. So find your blocks how they were. Take your blocks how they were. Actually, I think it was more like this. Because I want you to be in a forward fold. Exhale here. Find your Samasthiti. So feet together where we have. Are you guys comfortable with your feet there? No, they don't have to be. They don't have to be. I find it interesting. Both of you guys had your feet wider than you had them. Take them to where is comfortable. Okay? Because sometimes what happens when we have more thigh is it compresses us in ways in this groin area that aren't necessarily helpful. And you both automatically went to about right here.
Yeah, that's more comfortable.
Is that more comfortable for you? What about you? Is this more comfortable, or do you like them where we were in Samasthiti? I like them there. Let's try it. Let's try it. But I still want knee in line with the second toe. So bring them in. Yes, let's try that. Find your Samasthiti here. Exhale. Reaching down with your fingertips. Finding the four corners of your feet. Thighs lift, inner thighs go back, finding your neutral pelvis. Inhale, find length in your spine. Breath moves into your upper back. Your trapezius muscles wheel down your spine. Reaching down with your fingertips with straight arms to help relax the base of your neck. On your next inhale, turning out with your armpits, big wide circle, bring your hands overhead. Finding length in your spine. Finding that place with straight arms. Exhale here. Inhale, find length one more time. And on your next exhale, keeping that length in that spine, let your arms come out to your sides, starting to bend forward with straight legs. Let your fingertips come to your block. Looking at your shin bones here. Inhale, halfway up. Straighten your spine. Take the tips of your shoulder blades into your chest. Exhale, bend your knees. Bring your hands flat on the block. You have tabletop arms here. Tabletop arms. So remember, this is tabletop arms for you. Arms straight here. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, step your left leg back into a lunge. Back leg straight. Try to get your toes to stack underneath your heel. Right hip comes into midline, like that. You have a neutral pelvis here. Fronts of the thighs still lift. Fronts of the thighs still lift. That's beautiful. Back leg straight. You have Samasthiti. Back leg here. Knee over the second toe. I want you to take your blocks so that your fingertips are in line with your toes. Okay? Very good. Now take that right hip in. Take that right hip. Yes. Back leg straight. Exhale, find root through your back leg. Inhale, find length through your sternum. Even here. Even here. A few more breaths here. Smooth your respirations down. And on your next inhale, step your right leg back. Into plank. Good. And on your next exhale, I want you to hold. Let your knees come to the ground. And then when your knees hit the ground, initiate an inhale. Good. Let's work on plank now. Find your tabletop. And this tabletop, the wrists are underneath the shoulder heads. No, walk them out a little bit. Walk them forward. Walk them forward. Walk them forward. Walk them forward. Broaden your collarbone. Take your middle finger to line up with part. So wider, wider, even wider. Walk your hands out wider. Yeah. Now for you, line up your wrist crease with the front of the mat. See? Right? And then turn them out just a little bit more than that because you have this beautiful carrying angle. Broaden your collarbone. Straighten your arms. Right there. I felt that. Warm it up. Take a look at that. And let me check you. Shoulder heads in line with the middle of the finger. So you're a little broad here, so bring it in, bring it in. Walk your hands close together. So I want this middle finger to be in line with your shoulder heads. Okay? Good. Very good. So the weight is even on your palm and all 5 base knuckles, and the fingers are gentle. They're reaching out, but they're gentle. So you can even like bring them up. Gentle. Good. Neck in line with the spine. Crown of the head in line. Your abdomen and chest resist gravity here. Your shoulder blades are flat on your back. Fill between your shoulder blades. Don't let your chest, even more, lift it even more. You guys are gonna hate me. On inhale, step one leg back at a time into plank. Keeping your chest and abdomen resisting gravity. Shift your weight forward so that your shoulder, no, just, this is better. Your hands need work, but this is better. Oh, beautiful. Good. On your next exhale, hold. Let your knees come to the ground to tabletop. Once you're in tabletop, initiate an inhale. Exhale, go back into child's pose and take a breath. Find your breath. Find your breath. Find your breath. You want your blocks, honey? Look at your ankles. You're going to have to fix those. Okay, now come back. And don't worry about your arms. Let your arms go here. Let your elbows come to the ground. Remember, we're resting here. We're observing and capturing and then controlling our breath. So see what your breath is doing here. Yes, yes. There you go. Here's a block. Here's a block for your forehead. Here's a block for your forehead. Just observe what your breath is doing. Pay attention to the quality of your breath. Let it be smooth. Let it be soft. Finding your stillness. Capturing your breath. Now make your breath smooth, starting with exhale. From beginning to end, allow it to be smooth, soft, and gentle. Let inhale happen naturally. Exhale down. Inhale up. Okay, good. Let's go ahead and move our blocks out of the way. Come on to our backs. Laying our head on our blanket. I can always tell. I don't have my glasses today. I can't read this. I can always tell where we're at by what is the music. Yeah, it's time for Savasana already. That was fast, guys. Time flew by. Didn't it? That's what's great about this yoga is because I take you through your body like that, you have no choice but to be in the moment. And when you're in the moment, time flies. I swear, I feel like I've been teaching you guys for like 10 minutes. Very good. I like that your knees are bent because I was going to have you bend your knees anyways. I didn't have to tell you. You guys just telepathically got that message. I want you to actually here first, find your neutral pelvis. Position yourself so that you have a neutral pelvis, so you have a little bit of a lumbar here. Your lower back is not flat on the ground here. Let me see. Put your hands on your pelvis. Feel here. Feel here. Feel your pubic bone. Do you feel that? Mm-hmm. Feel your. No. See, I always have to do this for everybody. Now, feel. That's your pubic bone. Mm-hmm. So get those points on one line. That and then right here. Mm-hmm. Feel that? I tend to be way more intimate than any yoga teacher should be. And I always use the excuse, well, I'm a nurse, so. Find that neutral pelvis, good. Position the fleshy areas from underneath you of your shoulder blades to prop your sternum up. And in Savasana, I'll hook you guys up. Exhale, bring your knees close to your chest. As best you can. Catch your knees. Catch your knees. Fingers pointing straight to your toes. Arms close to the body. Good. Inhale here, arms straight. Exhale, bending your elbows a little bit. Bring your knees closer to your chest. Exhale is into your chest. Inhale is straight arms. Doing it on your own, coordinating the breath with the movement here. Exhale, the knees come closer to you. Inhale, your arms straighten. Coordinating the movement with the breath. You can close your eyes here. Inward. Let your breath come into your body. Let it wash you from the inside out. And on your next inhale, let your feet come to the ground. Straighten your legs out. One leg at a time. Very good. And I want you guys to find some. Ooh, you. I'm gonna have to straighten you out. I'm so glad you started coming to me because you're gonna get so much benefit. And you're pretty straight. I want you guys to find Samastitihi here. I want you to flex your feet. Find Samastitihi here. Fronts of the thighs lift. Feet flex. Now I want you to imagine there's a wall at your feet and the energy coming out of the inner heel and outer heel are the same. Fronts of the thighs lift. These inner thighs here, these inner thighs want to go to the ground, so release them down to the ground. Remember, inner thighs back. This time, inner thighs, but still press through your heels. Flex your feet, press through your heels. Looks pretty good. So right here, this inner thigh area needs to be released to the ground. Flex your feet. Flex them even more. Flex them even more. Yes, like that, like you know how to do it. I know you know. One more breath, one more breath. Inner heel, inner heel, inner heel. Inhale one more time here. On exhale, let your legs and your feet fall open. Good. Smooth, soft respirations. Go ahead and Close your eyes here, and I'm going to position you. No, don't move.
Oh, sorry.
I do it.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to do it.
I'm sorry.
Moving this fleshy area out from underneath your back here, okay? Allowing your shoulder heads to come to the ground as best as they can. Propping your sternum. Do you see the difference here between this shoulder and this shoulder? Mm-hmm. When you're laying in bed, do this. You're getting ready for bed. Make sure you're sleeping with your shoulder heads away from your ears. Now, exhale. Relax your bottom ribs a little bit closer. I'm going to shift you this way, just a hair. There. I want you to flex your feet one more time. And now, exhale, let them go out. Good. How does that feel? It does, doesn't it? And you're next. Put your legs straight. Find your samasthiti feet. Your neutral pelvis. Good. Inhale one more time here. Exhale, let your feet fall open. Good. I want you to just take a notice here. Feel that? So, and I can do it. You want to get this fleshy area from underneath you to the side. You want to open your chest here. Get your shoulder head to the ground. Yes. The tips of your shoulder blades go into your chest, even here to propel your sternum. But then you don't want to jet out your bottom ribs too much. So once we're in it. Good. And then relax these. Good, and close your eyes. Closing your eyes. Observing your breath. We're going to surrender your breath here. We're going to surrender your breath. Let inhale and exhale happen naturally. And inhale, you can feel the breath move from your heels, up your legs, through your spine, out the crown of your head. And on exhale, the breath moves back down. Let the breath move in and out of your body, allowing it to go to that the places that we visited today in the practice. Your big toe, your little toe, your outer heel, your inner heel, your ankles, your outer ankles, your shin bones, your knees, the backs of your knees, the fronts of your thighs, your inner thighs, your butt flesh, your pubic bone, your frontal pelvic bones, your belly button, the bottom of your ribs, your lower back, into your upper back, tips of your shoulder blades, your sternum, your collarbone, your outer upper arms, your inner upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, the palms of your hands, all 5 base knuckles through your fingertips, the base of your neck, the front of your neck, the back of your neck. Your face is relaxed, your face is gentle, your lips come together soft, your tongue is relaxed in your mouth, Your eyelids are soft. Your eyeballs fall into the socket. Your forehead is smooth. The back of your head sinking into your pillow. Let the earth support you here. Sink into your mat. Watch your breath. Surrender. Take a few moments here. Shavasana. And when you're ready, start wiggling your fingers and toes gently. Bending your knees one at a time. Feet flat on the floor. Turn to your right side, keeping your knees high, all the way to your right side. You can bring your arm to all the way. Like you're sleeping on your right side, and just take a moment here. And when you're ready, using both hands, come up to a comfortable seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. Bringing your hands to heart center. I thank you for making it on your mat today. Thank you for being here. Namaste. You guys did really, really good. So, yeah, so I teach that to everybody. And the idea is to go through the sun salutation and eventually teach you the entire sun salutation, and then you know, adding more standing postures as you guys become, you know, stronger. More experienced. You did really well for your, you know, one of your first times, and you can tell you practice yoga. Yeah, you did really, really well. How was it for you? Different, right? Definitely different. This is a different type of yoga that is popular right now. And if you watch my introduction video, I talk a little bit about it, how sometimes we're comfortable with fast because that's our natural state of being in the world right now. Sometimes it's nice to just slow down, come into your body, right? Coming into your body can do so much for you. Taking your mind's eye to places it hasn't been in a while, right? The tips of your toes to the top of your head and beyond. It's kind of like an inner journey. It is. But you guys did really, really well. I was happy. And we need to look at your elbows because you have the carrying angle. I'll tell you. Which is good because I've been meaning to. Are you okay? You're okay?
Yeah, we're just a little intense.
It was intense for you? Tell me about it. Tell me. What was intense? You want to talk about it? Did you have a catharsis? Did you have a moment of release? Yeah? You did? That's good. That's a good thing. Good, we got somewhere. What was the emotion you felt? And I don't have to share this if you're not comfortable with me sharing, but I would like to know.
I just had a revelation, just a personal one.
You had a revelation?
Like, I spoke my power at the hips.
Yes, right?
I know I do, but I hadn't.
That's okay, you know, you have the tools now. I'm telling you, once you get the power of your pelvis figured out, you have all the control back. And it really is a big deal. That's my favorite part, is that freaking pelvis and the hips. And, you know, that is where we have our power as women. So, yes. And it is. So you can sit there in Samastitihi, finding your neutral pelvis, finding your ground, going inward, right? And breathe through that. And after 10 minutes, you'll be in a sweat. You'll be in a sweat. Anybody will be in a sweat. Doesn't matter who you are. It is not easy to turn inward and then hold yourself upright, right? This is what it's about, right? We don't want to reach out into the future. We don't want to fall back into the past. Upright in the moment. So there's the mental part of that, and then the physical. And the energetic. The energetic is all our power. Just pouring out. So, yes. Well, I'm good. I'm glad that you had a realization in your first class with me. Yay, yay.